Yes, a very good evening, children. This is your Ravi sir, Physical Science Faculty of CSR CD. So, children, today I am going to explain about ray diagrams of concave mirror. Already we know that, children, it is a very important topic in 10th class. So, everybody must and should practice and more involved in this topic. So, ray diagrams of concave mirror. So, first of all, how to draw the ray diagrams? So, for that, first we should know the rules of ray diagrams. So, first of all, any parallel ray strike on a concave mirror, it is reflect to passes through the focus. A parallel rays, incident ray strike on a concave mirror, it gets reflect and passes through the focus. It is the first one. And the second one, a light ray passes through the focus. Incident on a mirror, the reflected ray is parallel to the principal axis. It is R2. R3, a light ray is passes through the center of curvature. It is gets reflect on the same path. So these are the R1, R2 and R3. So based on this R1, R2, R3, so we have to draw the ray diagrams. So let us see how we can draw the ray diagrams. First one, the first ray diagram here, object is placed between P and F. Object is placed between pole and focus. Let me see the ray diagram, how we can draw the ray diagram. So, already we know that concave mirror is a converged mirror. So, reflecting surface is inward. Now, it is a principal axis, pole, focus, and center of curvature. According to the question here, object is placed between pole and focus. So here, pole P, focus F. Now the object is here. It is object. According to the question, object is placed between pole and focus. Now, one parallel ray comes from the tip of the object and strike to the concave surface, curved surface. And already we know that here, a parallel ray strike on a curved surface, the reflected rays passes through the focus. It is a reflected ray. Incident ray, it is parallel to the principal axis. The incident ray strike on a concave surface, reflected rays passes through the focus. And now the second ray, the R2 is very difficult to draw on this because of it is very close to the mirror. That's why we have to use the R3 here. R3 means the ray is passes through the center of curvature and again it come back to the same path, reflect on the same path. So now here, it is R3. And now two reflected rays are. So here incident ray, reflected ray, and incident and reflected ray, they are not intersecting. There is no formation of real image here. Because of the real image forms where the two reflected rays are intersecting. At that point, the image will form, children. So here, two reflected rays are not intersecting. So now we have to extend the rays backward to the mirror. So where these two rays are intersecting, this point is image point. Now this image we have to call virtual image. Virtual image. The image does not come on screen. It is called a virtual image. When object is placed between pole and focus, the image forms behind the mirror. It is a virtual image, erect and enlarged. So these are the characteristics of image. It is a virtual image. It is virtual image, erect and enlarged. So this is the first question ray diagram. It is object is placed between pole and focus. So here object is placed between pole and focus. One parallel ray comes from the object and strike on a curved surface. Reflector rays passes through the focus. Now here, very difficult to draw the R2 here because of it is very close to the mirror. That's why we have to take the R3. The R3 is always passes through the center of curvature. So when the ray strike on a mirror, again gets reflect on the same path. Now both reflected rays are not intersecting; they are moved along a straight line. So that's why there is no formation of image. Now we have to extend the two reflector rays where these two reflector rays are intersecting. That is the image point. Now according to the question, so the reflector rays are intersecting behind the mirror. It is a virtual image. Virtual image means the image does not caught on screen. It is called a virtual image. Virtual image forms convex mirror and concave mirror also. Concave mirror only it is a place, it is dependent place of the object. It is only possible when object is placed between pole and focus. At this condition, concave mirror forms a virtual image. So it is the first question. The image, it is a virtual image, erect and enlarged. First ray diagram it is. Now the second question. The second ray diagram. When object is placed between F and C. When object is placed between focus and center of curvature. Let us see the diagram now. So it is a concave mirror, principal axis, pole, focus, and center of curvature. Now, according to the question, object is placed between focus and center of curvature. Now it is F means focus and it is center of curvature. Now the object is placed here between F and C. Now a parallel ray comes from the tip of the object and strike to the curved surface of the mirror. Reflected ray is passes through the focus. Reflected rays passes through the focus. And the second ray, the rays comes from the object when it is passes through the focus. R1 parallel ray when strike to the curved surface, reflected rays passes through the focus. And R2 when the incident rays passes through the focus, then it is gets reflect. The reflected ray is parallel to the principal axis. So now here, two reflector rays are intersecting at this point. Now this point is called image point. Where the two reflector rays are intersecting, that point is called image point. Now here two reflector rays are intersecting here. This is the image point. It is a real image, children, because of according to the sign convention. Image is formed below the principal axis. That image is called real image. So it is real image. It is a real image, inverted and enlarged, because it is bigger than the object. The image is bigger than the object. So that's why it is a real image. Real image means the image which is caught on screen. It is a real image. Virtual image means which does not caught on screen. That is called a virtual image. Now the image is formed below the principal axis. That's why this image is called real image. So it is a real image, inverted and enlarged. It is a big size than the object. So this is the when object is placed between F and C, focus and center of curvature. The image is called real image. It is inverted and enlarged than the object. So this is second ray diagram answer, children. Now it is a very most important ray diagram, children. Very most important it is when object is placed on center of curvature or on C. When object is placed on C, very most important ray diagram it is. So characteristics of this: when object is placed on C, the image forms on C itself. It is a real image and same size to the object. The image size is equal to the object size. Very important it is. So when object is placed on C, when object is placed on C, the image also form on C itself. Object size and image size both are equal. Let me see the ray diagram now. It is a concave mirror, pole, focus and center of curvature. So children, I'll give some easy way how to draw the ray diagrams. When you draw the ray diagrams, before you have to write the characteristics of that. According to that, we can draw the ray diagram very easily. So see this question: when object is placed on C, then we have to write the character. It is real. It is real image, inverted and same size to the object. So these are the characteristics of image. Real image, it forms a real image. The image is inverted and the image same size to the object. It is equal to the object size. For example, see, first we have to draw the ray diagram easily. So it is the size of the object. Now we have to draw the extend the ray downward also. Same size. Now according to this, when a light ray comes from the object and the parallel ray strike to the curved surface, now reflected rays passes through the focus. Reflected rays passes through the focus. And one more ray comes from the object and strike to the curved surface. The reflector ray is. So how it is easy to draw the diagram? It should be equal to the size of the object. The image size should be equal to the size of the object. So first we should know the characteristics of the image. So then according to that we have to draw the diagram very easily, children. So here object it is. Now the parallel rays comes from the object, strike to the curved surface. Then reflector rays passes through the focus. It is. And one more ray comes from the tip of the object and it is passes through the focal length and strike to the curved surface. A reflector ray is parallel to the principal axis. Now the two reflected rays are intersecting this point. It is the image point. Now the size of object is equal to size of image. When object is placed on C, it forms a real image. Real image means the image which is caught on screen. It is called a real image. Real image forms concave mirror or converging mirror. So how we can identify the real image means the image always forms below the principal axis. The image which is forms below the principal axis, that is a real image. Now, when object is placed on C, it forms a real image. It is inverted and same size to the object. Very most important question, children, it is. So it is. Now, this symbol is indicated called erect. Erect symbol always forms a virtual image. Inverted, it is indicated to the real image, children. Indicate the real image, inverted. So it is a very most important ray diagram. Let us see the fourth one, ray diagram. When object is placed beyond C, object is placed beyond C. It is also very most important ray diagram, children. When object is placed beyond C, same way. Object is placed beyond C. Beyond C means it is the beyond C. And already told you. So first we should know the characteristics of that. Characteristics means that when object is placed on beyond C, image forms between F and C. The image forms between F and C. Let me draw the ray diagrams. The incident ray comes from the object, parallel ray. Now, reflector ray is passes through the focus, and one more incident ray comes from the object and passes through the focus, and the reflector ray is. So now here, see children here. Parallel rays strike to the curved surface, reflector rays passes through the focus, and the second incident ray comes from the tip of the object and it passes through the focus. Reflector ray is parallel to the principal axis. Now the two reflector rays are intersecting point here. This is the image point. The image is forms below the principal axis. So now it is a real image. Real image. Now see children, once observe the size of the object and size of image. Now the size of image is smaller than the object. So according to this ray diagram, what characteristics are we have got here? When object is placed beyond C, it forms a real image. It is a real image. It is real image. Inverted, and diminished or smaller than the object. Inverted and smaller than the object, or diminished. Diminished is nothing but small. So it forms a real image because it forms below the principal axis, and it is inverted image. the size of image is smaller than the object. So image size is smaller than the object, and we call it as diminished also. It forms a real image, inverted and diminished. So when object is placed behind C, the image is forms between F and C. The image forms between F and C. So this is the next fourth ray diagram. Let me see the fifth ray diagram, children. Fifth ray diagram. When object is placed on focal point on F. When object is placed on F. So let me see this. Pole, focus, center of curvature. According to this position, object is placed on F, focal point. Now same way, incident ray comes from the object, the parallel ray comes from the object, strike to the curved surface, reflected rays passes through the focus. And so now R1 completed, and it is very difficult to draw the R2 diagram here. And it is very difficult to draw the R2 diagram. So then we have to take the R3 now. The two rays are moved parallel to each other. The two rays are moved parallel to each other. They are not intersecting. Means the image forms at infinity. The image forms at infinity. So it is ray diagrams of concave mirror, children. So the first one, when object is placed between P and F, image forms behind the mirror. That is a virtual image. Second one, when object is placed between F and C, image forms beyond C. Real image, inverted and enlarged. And third one, when object is placed on C, it is a real image, inverted, it is forms on C, same size to the object. Next one, when object is placed beyond C, the image forms between F and C, it is a real image, inverted and diminished. It forms between F and C. When object is placed on F, the image forms at infinite because the two reflected rays are moved parallel to each other. They are not intersecting. So that's why image forms at infinite. So these are the main important of ray diagrams of concave mirror. Let me see the convex mirror. How to draw the convex mirror ray diagrams? Very most important here. Convex mirror ray diagrams. So already we know, children, convex mirror is a diverging mirror because reflected surface is outwards and it always forms a virtual image. Now, convex mirror. Pole, focus and center of curvature. For example, a parallel ray comes from the object. Parallel ray comes from the object and strike to the mirror. Parallel ray comes from the object and strike to the mirror. And already we know that convex mirror is the diverging mirror. When it is strike to the convex surface, it is gets diverged, children. And by seeing of this ray diagram, the reflected rays appears as coming towards the focus. Convex mirror object, a parallel ray comes from the object, strike to the curved surface and gets diverged. So extend this diverged ray and it is appears as coming from the focus. Direction of focus. And the second one, for example, when an incident ray comes from the object, the direction is moved towards the so here the incident ray comes from the object. Now it is extend the rays and draw one more. Two rays are extend and the reflector rays are intersecting at the point of F. So means here convex mirror always forms a virtual image because reflector rays are not intersecting at any point. We have to extend backward the rays. You get extend the rays where they are intersecting, that is the image point. So it is a convex mirror. Convex mirror always forms a virtual image and diminished. The image is diminished. So let me see here. The parallel rays comes from the infinite. Yes, see children, the parallel rays comes from the infinite. Now parallel rays strike to the convex surface. It gets reflect. One more incident ray, parallel ray comes from the object infinity and strike to the convex surface and gets a reflect. Now same way, one more parallel ray strike to the convex surface and gets a reflect, means diverge. One more incident ray, parallel ray strike to the convex surface and gets diverge. And now it is a focus and it is the center of curvature. Just extend all the reflected rays. Now we have reflected rays, these all the reflected rays. All the reflector rays are converged at focus and try to draw the normal of the convex mirror. All the parallel rays strike on a convex surface gets diverged and these diverged rays extend inside. So these rays are completely intersect at the point of focus. All the reflector rays are intersect at the point of focus. Now try to draw the normal for this. Already we know that. We can easily identify the normal. The normal always lies in between incident ray and the reflected ray. Now it should be strike to the center of curvature. So these are the normals. All the normals are intersecting on C. All the reflectors are intersecting on F. So means here convex mirror is a diverging mirror. Always it forms a virtual image because the reflector rays are not intersecting in at any point. So when the reflector rays are extended to the mirror, so they are intersecting at the point of F. So that's why convex mirror always forms a virtual image and diminished. Now, very most important of sign convention rules. Sign convention rules. So let me see the sign convention rule, children. Pole, focus, and center of curvature. For example, it is object. Very most important sign convention, children. So it is a concave mirror, pole, focus, and center of curvature. Just imagine it is one of the object. A parallel ray comes from the object straight to the mirror. So what this mean by sign convention rule means the first rule, all the distances measured from the pole, every distance, either object or whatever the image, every distance we should measure from the pole. Means we have to measure from here to here. Measure from here to here. Every distance we should measure from the pole. If the distance measured in the direction of incident ray, now the direction of incident ray this way here. If you have to measure this direction of incident ray, you have taken as a object distance taken as a positive. Because what is the first rule means here? All the distances measured from the pole means we should measure from here to here this way, this direction. But the incident ray, if the object distance measured in the direction of incident ray, if you measure in the direction of this way, this direction. If you measure the direction of incident ray, the object distance you have taken as a positive. All the distances measured from the pole from here to here this direction, but we should measure the direction from the object direction, incident ray direction. So that's why we have to take it here positive, opposite to the pole. It is the first sign convention rule. All the distances measured from the pole means we should measure from this way, but we have to measure the direction of incident ray to the object, opposite to the direction of incident ray to the object. So that's why object distance is positive. If the distance measured opposite direction of the incident ray taken as a negative, if you have to measure this way, opposite to the incident ray, that we have to take the negative. If we measure the same direction of the incident ray, that is positive, object distance is positive. If we measure the opposite to the incident ray direction is negative. It is the first point, children. All the distances measured from the pole, we should measure from here to here. So this is. And next one, height of the object and height of the image. Height of the object and height of the image. If it is above the principal axis, that we have to take a positive. If the height of the object, it is above the principal axis. Above the principal axis taken as a positive. If it is below the principal axis, that is negative. Height of the object and height of the image. If it is measured, if it is above the principal axis, taken as a positive, and if it is negative means that it should be the below the principal axis. All the distances measured from the pole. If the distance measured in the direction of incident ray taken as a positive, if we measure opposite to the direction of incident ray taken as a negative. And next one, height of the object and height of the image. If these both are above the principal axis, that is positive. If it is below the principal axis, that is negative. These are the sign convention rules, children. 3 sign convention rules, very, very most important for 2 marks question. All the distances measured from the pole. Second one, if the distance measured from the direction of incident ray to the object, that is positive. If it is measured the direction of incident opposite, that is negative. Third one, height of the object and height of the image. If it is above the principal axis, that is positive, and below the principal axis, that is negative. These are the sign convention rule. According to sign convention rule, we should identify the mirror formula. Mirror formula. Mirror formula, children, 1 by f equals to 1 by u plus 1 by v. It is a mirror formula. F means focal length. U means object distance. V means image distance. So this is the mirror formula, children. 1 by f equals to 1 by u plus 1 by v. F means focal length. U means object distance. V means image distance. Object distance always negative. Object distance always negative because of the distance we have to measure in the direction of incident ray as a positive. But according to the sign convention rule, all the distance we should measure from the pole. We should not measure from the pole. That's why object distance always is negative only. So this is a sign convention rule and a mirror formula. So very most important, children, and you have to practice the ray diagrams as soon as possible. And tomorrow I will check your ray diagrams because very most important, and characteristics also very important. And first you should understand the question, what question is given, and according to the question you have to place the object on the principal axis. So see, children, it is a principal axis. For example, see, it is principal axis. These are all the parallel rays. All the parallel rays. So the parallel rays which are closer to the principal axis, these rays we have to call paraxial rays. Paraxial rays. Very important for 1 mark question. What is meant by paraxial rays? The parallel rays which are closer to the principal axis. The parallel rays which are closer to the principal axis, they are called paraxial rays. So here, which rays are very closer to the principal axis, that is the that we have called paraxial rays. The parallel rays which are closer to the principal axis is called paraxial rays. So this is the topic, children. So practice the topic well at home and don't waste the time unnecessarily. Thank you.